If you watched Trump's counter rally, as I did for my sins, he had this great line in the middle of it. And you can go back and look at the transcript and find it. And he says, I am really greedy. I am a really greedy person. I've been greedy all my life, and now I want to be greedy on behalf of America. And there's something perfect in its encapsulation of his appeal, because if you think what's going on is the economy's become unfair, if you're struggling, if you're economically struggling, and you think what's been happening is rich guys like Trump are kind of screwing you over and have been for some time now. And now here comes one of those rich guys with all those powers and all that capacity to rig the economy in their favor, and he's promising to rig it in your favor. That, I think, it's a kind of stunning indictment of people's belief about what's going on in the economy right now, right? That they think that what they need is someone to rig it in their favor. But two, I think it's very, very significant as part of his appeal. And it's an appeal he understands about himself, which is one reason he's such a strong candidate.
Having been there myself, I was in the rafters. And what was stunning is talking to veterans who were at the event beforehand. I said, isn't he taking advantage of you guys? And he said, they all do. Every politician takes advantage of veterans. But this guy's actually putting money behind it. And all these other guys, when we asked them to spend money in Washington on our behalf to help the VA hospitals and whatnot, they drag their feet, they don't do it. This guy's going to raise money. And if you look, you know, $6 million he says raised, most of it from his friends in New York and Las Vegas that night. But there are 22 organizations across the country who are going to get this money, apparently. They're very small. They're in Iowa. They're in Massachusetts. They're all over. I mean, he can say to them, I took advantage of my power, doled out the money, and helped you.
And this is core to his appeal in the sense that he's a traitor to his class, which really is, you know, something that we've seen in politics before, and is enormously powerful.
It's a good bumper sticker. It's Donald Trump.
Exactly. And that makes him very effective. It makes him very powerful. But it's also a sign of a situation where the Republican Party has failed to address the fact that they are out of step with a significant portion of the voting electorate when it comes to the issues of immigration, when it comes to the issues of foreign policy, and when it comes to these issues, to these core sort of the economy is rigged in a way that does not benefit us. Now a man comes along who promises to rig it in your favor, and it's a message that's connecting with those voters.
And quickly on the fight over immigration between Cruz and Rubio during the debate and afterwards, does that illuminate anything about the immigration in the Republican Party, or is it just two guys fighting?
I think it's just two guys fighting, and I'm not sure that really either of them got hurt that much or benefited that much from their responses to those questions in the debate. I think the problem that has really dogged Marco Rubio throughout this race is that the last thing that Republican voters know about him is that he supported the Gang of Eight bill. And I think that that's something that's fundamental and sort of easy to explain in a way that Cruz's flip-flop on this sort of amendment issue is not as easy to explain. The question is whether that's so big of a drag that Rubio can't get momentum coming out of Iowa in southern states and in sort of future contests. And that's something that I think we're going to find out over the next couple of years.
Very quick, it is a long-term problem to have the two Cuban-American Republican senators continue to fight about immigration. Hispanics are listening, Democrats are listening. If one of them emerges, it'll be a huge problem for them.